Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're well. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of February 15th, 2026. This is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you, so as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else. Also, be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart, and also in that description box is information on how you can become a member of my Time Travelers program. I issue 48 exclusive readings to members every month, so if you can join us there, we'd love to have you. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Taurus collective now for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Taurus not see coming for the week of February 15th, 2026? What do they not see coming? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have played out. And at the bottom of the deck, you have hooked. Okay. Tell me why played out is something that Taurus does not see coming this week. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle here. Thank you. In your energy, Taurus, we have the King of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Chariot. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Swords, you have the Four of Wands, and you have the Queen of Pentacles to the Fool card. Wow. Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Moon here to the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. In your energy this week, it looks like you're heartbroken. You're feeling a kind of way here. And I don't know if it's in regards to a situation, environment, or connection in your life, because this is a collective general reading. But I get the feeling here you've been dealing with this, managing this for quite some time. I don't feel like this is fresh or new. Now, there could be something occurring here this week that may trigger this for you. But in your energy here, it's like I've been trying to... I've been trying to figure out a way on how I can move forward or move on from this. And I don't know if that means physically moving on from whomever or whatever this is, or how you can heal and move on from it. Why is the Three of Swords there for Taurus this week? I think there might be a trigger here this week, Taurus. Why is the Three of Swords here? So this could be something that is reopening an old wound for you, or perhaps a wound that did not fully heal to begin with. Why is that Three of Swords here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Three of Swords is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like this is cyclical. So yeah, something is occurring here this week in the energy of this new moon in Aquarius, which is an eclipse, by the way. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Oof. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Not going to lie to you, Taurus. This is a little bit rough. This is something that keeps occurring over and over again. You're aware of the deception, or you are aware that there's deception here taking place. It is heartbreaking to you that it is not changing, or that you continue to see the same negative patterns here within someone. And I don't know who this is. Maybe, you know, this could be a dynamic here between you and your boss. And one day they're in a great mood, and then the next day they're verbally, you know, calling you names, or, you know, verbally, I was going to say abusing you. I heard abusing you, so maybe that's it, you know, in front of the other coworkers or employees or clients or something like that. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a lover. I mean, it's a collective general reading. I just feel like it's cyclical. It's not an unknown to you. You've dealt with this individual's irrational behavior before, and it's quite distressing to you. And every time this occurs with them, you feel backstabbed, or you feel betrayed, or you feel like the way they are treating you is unfair. I think it's played out for you. I think you're done with it. Energetically speaking, you're done with it. Two of Wands to the Chariot. This is you giving great contemplation to, how do I move on from this or move away from this? What do I do about this? Tell me about that Two of Wands here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Two of Wands is clarified by the Five of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords. Oof, Taurus. Taurus, I think you're struggling to move on from whatever situation, environment, or connection this is. I think, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think you're hooked on this. You're hooked on this. Right behind that, I have the carless card. So you're hooked on this situation, environment, or connection that is not changing, or is not moving, or is not progressing forward. And whoever this individual is, they just keep repeating the same patterns of behavior to you and towards you. But I think you've been struggling for quite some time to move on from it. There's a lot of internal conflict here. Tell me about the Chariot energy. So with that hooked card, I feel like you are hooked, or you could feel hooked to this individual. Like, again, using work as the example, maybe this is the boss who mistreats you or can become very verbally aggressive, not just towards you, maybe even towards other employees or clients or something like that. But you're hooked, right? This is your job. This is the industry you've been in for a long time. This is your bread and butter, so to speak. It's not so easy to just unhook yourself and walk away. For others of you, this could be, I mean, I don't have an indication here that it's a spouse, but I mean, it could be, or it could just be like a family member. And you're like, I would love to no longer have to deal with this person anymore, but I'm hooked on them, maybe for financial reasons, familial reasons. You know, I have to work with this person. I have to interact with them all the time. That's the feeling here. Clarify that Chariot here for Taurus. One more shuffle here. I mean, this could just even be like a bad landlord, you know. Two of Cups, the Strength card, and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. I feel like you are continually or perpetually patient with this individual. And I think you're constantly making excuses for them. Like, oh, it's just mom, that's how she acts, you know, or that's how my spouse is. They're just having a bad day and they're taking it out on me. You know, okay, so the landlord promised 3 weeks in a row they would fix the AC unit and they haven't. I think you're constantly looking to have victory with this person. And I think you hold yourself back from addressing the issue with them or confronting it, because it's like you are continually trying to maintain balance, right? I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to lose this person. I don't want to break up with this person. I don't want to fight with this family member. But the way you're being spoken to here this week, or treated here this week, is really unfair to you. And again, it's cyclical. So I don't think that this is something new. I think you've dealt with this behavior from this person before. Are you over it? Yes. Are you unable to fully move on from it? Not yet. But what you don't see coming is you will be. And this timing will be different for all of you. But that Six of Swords to the Four of Wands to you, to the Fool card, tells me that you're getting really close to really being done with whoever this is. So I feel like you're on the precipice of looking for another job or another living situation, or distancing yourself from this person, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a lover. Anything else Taurus needs to know here for this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Anything else you need to know? Hierophant, that's you. 10 of Cups, and the Hermit, bottom of the deck, the Tower. I think, Taurus, you're going to have this awakening here this week, and maybe this eclipse that we're having, and the new moon in Aquarius, I believe, is on the 17th, might be quite the wake-up call for you internally, that what you define to be emotional contentment and happiness may not include this situation, environment, or connection. I think it's an aha epiphany moment that, try as you might, no matter what you do or how you try to sugarcoat what is occurring here, I think deep within you, you're going to have the aha epiphany moment that this is not emotional contentment, or this is not how families should be treating one another, or this is not the happily ever after that I envisioned for myself. What is that Seven of Swords here that's happening this week? What is the Seven of Swords? We have the Five of Pentacles, we have the King of Wands, and we have the Five of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Wands. What's right behind that? Page of Swords. No. This is highly deceptive, highly manipulative energy. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords. We saw the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords. This is this is giving me the energy of someone who is very volatile in terms of their mood swings. One day they're up, one day they're down. You know, when things are great, things are great. When things are bad with this person, they're bad with this person. It's very argumentative energy. But I'm asking what that Seven of Swords is. There could be some deception here in terms of money. And like this could be your partner who buys something and they say that they only spent, you know, $10 on it. Meanwhile, they spent $100 on it. This could be a boss that promised you X amount of dollars for a commission or a bonus or a raise, and either you don't receive it or you receive far less than what you were promised. At the end of the day, Taurus, this is someone who's taking the inspired action to betray you this week, some way, somehow, and to create conflict. And it leaves you feeling like, I can't believe I'm feeling this sense of loss again, or I can't believe they spoke to me this way again, or I can't believe that they're doing this again. And it's a choice they're making, so they know what they're doing. This is not the, I don't know, it was a mistake. No, this person knows what they're doing. They're very conscious of it. It's an active choice with that Lover's card that they're doing. So please be mindful of that. And if this isn't your reading, I pray to God it's not. Just check another placement. But I would expect some type of experience here with an individual this week that can be argumentative, problematic. And again, if there's a particular person that has already come to mind, that's most likely the person that you're experiencing this with. Let's get you 3 cards of advice now. 3 cards of advice here for Taurus. I do see you eventually making plans to move on or move away, maybe even like relocate, like get as far away from this person. I just don't think it's happening anytime soon. 3 cards of advice here for Taurus. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Tower. I would expect change this week, an epiphany, some kind of realization, 6 of Cups, in regards to this partnership or connection. I almost feel like the universe is asking of you this week that when this occurs with this person and you have that internal revelation within you, that you actually do something about it. Like you actually seize the opportunity to exit whatever this is, or to make plans to exit whatever this is. This is an opportunity for you to move in another direction, and you don't have to do it this week, but you certainly can make plans to do it this week. That's your opportunity. 4 of Cups to the Ace of Pentacles. You could miss it and you can continue to stay and endure it, but this situation is played out and I don't see this person changing. This is cyclical behavior on this person's part. So I would seize the argument or something like that as the reason to move in another direction. This is reminding me of a friend of mine, probably about 5 years ago. She knew that her person, or she felt, I should say, she was highly, highly intuitive. She still is. But she just felt within that her person was, you know, messing around on her. I'll leave it at that. And she said, if I find out that it's actually happening, I'm going to take the out. And lo and behold, literally 3 days later, she got what she felt was enough evidence or proof, something she had found in his wallet. And she sees that as the out. And I can tell you now, I guess it's been about 4.5 years, 5 years since that happened. She's in a very, very happy relationship. And it is not him. It is not him. She found someone else who would never, ever do that to her. I'm not saying this is what's happening to you. I'm just saying she saw that as an out. That if I get evidence or I get proof, you know what I mean? Or this person does this to me again, or they speak to me this way again, I'll look for another job or another place to live. You know what I mean? And again, she didn't do it all that day when she found it, but she created her 6-month plan out. And I just feel like that's what's happening here. The universe is having something occur here this week to kind of wake you up, shake you up a little bit from something here that's been toxic that you've been hooked to. It's not moving forward. There's no success here. And it's like, okay, Taurus, it's time to hustle now. It's time to create a plan so we can get out of here. So don't miss, instead of seeing this as a tower moment or a double tower moment, because we saw those 2 towers, I would see it as your out or your reason out to create a plan to extricate yourself from whatever this is. That is what I have for you, Taurus, for the week ahead. Good luck with this, my friends. If you like that message, it resonated with you, maybe just found it to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the description box to find out how you can become a time traveler. And until I read for you again, Taurus, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.